Alright, huge shout out to Mr. Odell. He actually sent me a headlight bezel. It was all scratched up and stuff. It's perfect, man. Perfect for match. So I got that in and mounted. It doesn't really, this front end, like I said, is so whopped up and so messed up that it doesn't really fit right. But it's in there. So it'll be good enough. I might try to keep messing with it if I can get it to fit better, but I mean, it kind of is what it is, you know. So I got my bumper. I'm gonna mount a bumper on it. All right, got the brackets made. See, brackets come up. They welded to the bumper. Got a bolt hold them in place. So if I don't like it, I can take it off. Bumper should set about down here. I'm bringing it on up, fill a gap. I'll leave a gap about like that, but it'll be about right down there. Have to do that. Put my bracket in here, pull that out. Just try to start doing the body work. Get ready for painting it, lettering her up and everything. So making progress. I haven't messed with this thing in a while because of the funeral and everything else we had to do, and it's just, we've been doing other stuff, so I ain't messed with it in about a week or so. But see how that front end is, see how it sticks out. Ain't much I can do about it. Might just fill it in with fiberglass and round it over. Alright, it's all welded on. Looks better with a bumper. And I could have got a fiberglass one and put on it, but a guy actually offered me a fiberglass one, but I mean, this will be fine. The car's gonna have to be heavy because we're gonna put a big motor in it. So. Alright, this is what I had on my car for the steering. And Carrie come across a one for a Vega. It's right here. It's got an actual flat spot in it. So I took my steering box off, cut a flat spot in the spline. I don't know if you can see it from here. So I cut a flat spot in the spline, and now that joint slides over it perfect. No slop, no movement, nothing, which I knew I was going to buy one, but I had that little setup just to, you know, to move it around. So that slides over perfect, and there's no slop, no movement. So now I'm redesigning all my steering to work with that. Okay, it's going to come out, turn up about right here, and go up to there. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Redoing the steering just to make it even better. After that's done, then I can mess with my drag links and all that stuff and set the alignment on it and set the caster back, you know, about 10 degrees, and tow the front tires in a 1/16 of an inch on each side, and the car will basically steer itself straight. So kind of important to do that, so I'm going to do all that. And like I said earlier, still got to do body work and all this crap, but I got these mounted for the pins, hood pins. Got the bumper done, got the scoop mounted. It's going to be repainted. It ain't going to be like this no more. I'm going to repaint the whole thing, but got to bow these out and get all this stuff to fit right. Pull the dents out of the back of it and get ready for painting. I mean, look how filthy. Dust and dirt all over everything. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. But the steering stuff, I want to make sure the steering is perfect. So, and this has actually got a slip column, and this absorbs too. It's actually got a spring in it. See that? I can't really compress it like that, but it's got a spring in there that rides up and down. So that'll help with bump steer. It'll help with everything. I mean, it shouldn't have any bump steer as it is, but if you ever was to wreck, these little plastic pins, they break, and that rod slides up inside that other rod, so the steering wheel don't come to the car with you. And that's really important. So that's why I'm putting all this on there. It's just, it'll be better. All right, so to make this new steering setup work, I had to cut a channel out of my cross member. Then I got this piece of roll cage tubing. So that'll go down in there. I'll be able to weld all around it and make it just as strong as it was before, but I'll have a channel out. See it? It ain't the prettiest thing in the world because I gotta grind it back down because it's hard to get in there to weld it, but see, that'll slide right in there just like that. Straight up to my steering. Nice little channel, and because I use roll cage tubing, it's just as strong as it was before. If not, probably stronger. Alright, well, that's a wrap on that. Continue on later. Alright, redid the steering wheel. I tried a different steering wheel, but it was too big, hit my legs. Tried the Chevelle steering wheel. See, bigger steering, the slip joint that goes up, welds to that first piece. There's another car. Right. Need to fix that. And you can get a hand joint put on it. But there's a notch. So, steering feels much better. Alright, since front end was so out of whack, I went and got some Great Stuff foam. And I foamed all this in. And I'm going to take and cut and sculpt and then fiberglass over. Should be able to sculpt it to make it look nice and flush. Alright, so the Great Stuff foam has hardened up after a few days. Now I'm just cutting and sculpting. Cut it down. Yeah, see? Once I get it all cut down, just sculpt it and put glass over it. Alright, sculpting it. It's taking shape. Alright. Get it all sculpted down. Sculpted down and sanded. Need to find a pass with sandpaper. Now I got the glass on. Once that glass hardens up, I put another coat of glass, some Bondo, sand it all smooth. But the stuff worked, did what I wanted it to do. Start it up like that. So the resin sort of kind of eats the foam a little bit. But it's still holding the shape, and I'll still be able to go on top of it and fix it, so it'll work. Just a little more sanding than what I wanted to do, but whatever. That's a wrap. Alright, that's 2 coats of the cloth, and just hit the low spots with fiberglass, regular old mixed up fiberglass. I'm going to knock that down a little bit, then Bondo, and then lots of sanding. This side over here, pretty close. Alright, got a carburetor from John. It's a vacuum secondary 750. It's brand new basically. That's what he said. But just don't run right. So I'm going to tear into it and see what's wrong with it, fix it, and tune it, and send it back to him. Good looking carburetor. So, get it fixed. Whoever put the bowl on over tightened it. They split the gasket. So, I'll get him a new gasket. These things are stupid. There's supposed to be a vent tube in there, vent tube extension. I don't see one. Power valve don't feel like it's good. Pull it out and check it. Power valve's blowed. So you won't hold your tongue. So I'll put a new power valve in it. Probably been backfired. Wonder if it's got the protection in it. That's got a check ball. It's probably just was bad when they put it in. Yeah, don't hold vacuum. Base plate looks good. Center section looks good. Secondary diaphragm, it's good. I'll pull the jet plate off, have a look at it. Everything seems to be good. Looks like it was running rich, a lot of fuel coming out of the T-slots. But with the power valve being blown, it would be running rich. I'll blow out all the circuits. Check everything. Bolts are set right. It's got to be the nicest carburetor I've tore apart. I'm used to them being full of crud. Not only was it pig rich because of the power valve being blown in it, but the mixer screws are all the way out. Look how far out that is. Should never be out that far. I run that one all the way back in. See the difference? That's where they should be set before you start adjusting. This is where they were set. So when you back them out, that enriches the mixture. It makes it way, way, way fat. So I'll fix it. Alright man, got your new power valve. Put that in. Got the base plate back on. Jets are perfect. 72 should be fine. 6.5 power valve. Gonna put that in. Gotta get another gasket, which I might have one. I don't know. I'll probably have to go by O'Reilly and buy one. I think by like 10 bucks, 12 bucks for a couple of them. So get the secondary bowl on over here. Took that off, everything's good, nothing wrong with that. It was the power valve being blown and the mixer screws being all out of whack. So blew out all the ports. So it should be good, man. Alright, man, there it is, done. Put a little light on it. The gaskets, everything's already preset, should be good to go. I'll bolt it on, I'll run the motor and dial it in. Should be pretty close already. Should be able to fire right up and adjust the idle, and everything should be run smooth. Just everything was right out of whack, and having that power valve blowed out in it, it's going to cause them to run rich. So, there you go. Alright, got John's carburetor right here. Gonna bolt it up, run it in and tune it. So, should be ready to bolt on when you get it back. That's a pretty carburetor, ain't it? Alright, got it all hooked up. Gonna turn the fuel pump on, check the floats, make sure there ain't no fuel leaks, then fire it up and dial it in. Alright, there she is. She's good to go. Tuned in. I got it out in about 1700, 1800, so he'll be able to fire it right up, should light right off, and break in his motor. So, there you go.